In this video, we'll cover the key cell handling techniques that speed up your workflow and make data organization easier, from navigation and selection to freeze panes, search, text replacement, and wild characters. If you want to use Excel more efficiently and professionally, this video is the perfect place to start. To navigate through cells, we can use the arrow keys on the keyboard. Each press moves the active selection by one cell. To move from one edge of a table to the opposite edge, the Control key combined with the arrow keys is used. For example, the Control down arrow combination takes us to the bottom of the table. Another way to navigate is to place the cursor on the edge of a cell, and when the appropriate pointer appears, click the cell border. Depending on which side of the border we click, Excel will take us to the end of the table in that direction. To move the screen by one page, the page down and page up keys are used. This allows us to quickly browse all rows in the table. Control Home combination is used to return to the beginning of the table. If we want to move one screen to the right, we use the Control, Shift, mouse wheel combination. This option is very useful when working with a large number of columns, and many users are not familiar with it. To select cells, we also use the arrow keys, but in combination with the Shift key. You need to hold Shift and press the arrow in the direction you want to extend the selection. Another way to select is by dragging the left mouse button over the desired cells. If we want to select cells to the edge of the table, we use the Control-Shift-Arrow key combination in the desired direction. To select by one screen at a time, Shift Page Up and Shift Page Down are used. When selecting non-adjacent cells, we first select one cell, then hold Control and select the others one by one. If we release Control and click another cell, the previous selection will be cleared. Therefore, it is important to keep Control pressed during selection. After that, it is possible to enter the same content into all selected cells. After entering the data, we need to hold Control and press Enter, which fills all selected cells simultaneously. Columns are selected by dragging the mouse cursor over the column headers. In this case, non-adjacent columns can also be selected by holding Control. The same rule applies to rows. By holding Control, any number of non-adjacent rows can be selected. The shortcut for selecting an entire row is Shift Space, and for an entire column, Control Space. To select the active range of cells, the Control-A combination is used. The first press selects the current table, while the second press selects the entire worksheet. The Control period combination allows navigation through the corners of the selected range. To add a new column, you need to right-click a column and choose Insert. If we select two columns and then choose Insert, two new columns will be added before the selected ones. It is also possible to select non-adjacent columns. To delete columns, the Delete option is used from the context menu. Non-adjacent column deletion is also possible. The shortcut for adding columns is Control+, and for deleting columns, Control-. The same applies to rows. Control+ adds rows, while Control- deletes them. To move columns, we can select one or more columns, then place the cursor on the edge of the selection until the appropriate pointer appears, and then right-click and drag the selection to the desired position. After releasing the mouse button, we choose the Shift Right and Move option. Another method is to cut the column, then right-click the column where we want to insert it and choose Insert Cut Cells. We can also drag columns to copy them as values only, or move them. Moving rows works the same way. After selecting rows, we place the cursor on the edge of the selection, then right-click and drag the rows to the desired position and choose Shift Down and Move. In this example, we see that the columns need to be widened so that all text is visible. Columns can be resized individually or multiple at once. If we select multiple columns and adjust the width of one of them, all selected columns will have the same width. If we want all columns to automatically adjust to the content width, we first select the entire worksheet and then double-click any column border. Rows can be automatically adjusted in the same way by double-clicking the border between rows. To hide a column, select the column, right-click, and choose Hide. The same procedure is used for rows. It is possible to hide multiple rows and columns at the same time. Non-adjacent columns can also be hidden using the Control key. To unhide all hidden cells, select the entire worksheet, right-click, and choose Unhide. The same procedure is used for rows. The shortcut for hiding columns and rows is Ctrl-0. One very useful Excel feature is freezing headers. If we want to freeze the first row, we go to the View tab, then Freeze Panes, and select Freeze Top Row. To unfreeze, we use the Unfreeze Panes option. It is important to pay attention to what happens when the first row is not visible and a lower row is currently shown. In that case, Excel will freeze the first visible row. Therefore, before freezing, we need to scroll to the top of the table so that the first row is visible, and only then apply Freeze Top Row. To freeze the first column, we use the Freeze First Column option. If we want to freeze both the first row and the first column, we need to select the cell located between them and then choose Freeze Panes. After that, when scrolling down, the first row remains visible, while scrolling to the right keeps the first column visible. It is also possible to freeze multiple rows. For example, if we want to freeze the first 2 rows, we need to select the third row and then apply Freeze Panes. To search cells, we use Find and Select, then Find. The shortcut for this function is Ctrl-F. After entering the text we want to find Next. This option searches one cell at a time. If we want to view all results at once, we use Find All. At the bottom of the window, the number of found cells containing the searched text is displayed. We can also see the workbook name, worksheet name, cell address, and the value inside each cell. It is possible to click any of the found cells. We can also select all found values and then perform an action on them. In this example, we enter the same value into all selected cells at once. When cells contain similar values and we run a search, Excel will find all cells containing the given text. In some situations, we need to find only exact matches. For that, we use the Match Entire Cell Contents option. When this option is enabled, Excel searches for an exact match of the cell content. We can choose whether the search is performed only in the active sheet or in the entire workbook. The Replace option is used for replacing text. The shortcut for this option is Ctrl-H. This is a very useful feature for bulk editing content. When using the Replace button, changes are made one cell at a time. If we use Replace All matching cells are replaced at once. After the replacement is completed, we receive a notification showing the total number of changes. The Replace option can also be used for other types of content modifications. For example, it is possible to remove a specific prefix from all cells. Another useful feature is the use of wildcard characters in search. The asterisk replaces any number of characters. In this case, all text after the hyphen will be replaced with nothing. The second wildcard character is the question mark. It replaces a single character at a specific position. In the example shown, Excel will find all numbers that start with digits 1 and 0 and have a total of 4 characters. In this example, a starting and ending letter are entered, while an asterisk is placed in between. After enabling the Match Entire Cell Contents option, Excel will find all cells that start and end with the specified letters, regardless of the number of characters in between.